Baseball is back. Oh my goodness, is it good to see? We talked about this last night. We're going to talk about it tonight. I'm not going to say we're not going to talk about unions at all, or CBAs, collective bargaining agreements, or new rules, or the new playoff structure, but isn't it good to be able to talk about baseball players? Baseball is back, and we've got huge news right off the bat. Michael in the house, what's going on? Cricket in the house. Hello. If your team replay, hashtag team replay in the comments. If you're here live for the best experience, I appreciate you guys. I see Cricket and Michael already in the chat. Welcome in. I'm a huge Dodgers fan. When you come in and I'm talking sports, I'm going to talk about everybody, but I'm talking about my teams the most because that's where my passion is. I love my Dodgers. Now, I'm a Rangers fan, so I had a chance to have Clayton Kershaw come home to Dallas-Fort Worth, but I just got the news. Did you? Clayton Kershaw signs in LA. Carlos Rendon was the big first name, dropped a couple hours ago, 2-year deal to go to San Francisco. Left-handed pitching coming to the NL West tonight times 2. We got a baseball manager talk to talk about, and we're going to talk about all the free agents. I've got a new show that I'm not 100% sure I can announce. It's on another network. I've agreed to do it for a while and see how we like it, but I didn't get to reach out to them today, so I was going to hope to announce that tonight. Maybe show up for my show on Sunday night to get that announcement. It might start as early as this Monday, but it'll be baseball. But we're going to be doing baseball on this channel too. I know everybody who knows me, not everybody, many people who know me on YouTube think of me as a Disney guy, and I am a Disney guy, and we're going to continue to talk about Disney, but baseball is one of my first loves. Clayton Kershaw stays in LA. Francisco's in the house, another one of my Dodger fan. By the way, thanks to the members of the channel. They show up in green. Francisco is one of them. Francisco, thank you for being a member of the channel. It means a lot to me. I'm happy about that. With Carlos, says Cricket Foxy, I saw your message earlier. I do think it's a good landing place there. They got rid of a couple pitchers, or didn't re-sign a couple pitchers. Carlos Rendon is a step up from the guys they're letting go, in my opinion. So as a Dodger fan, I wasn't happy about Carlos Rendon signing there. But now that my Dodgers got Clayton Kershaw. Now, let's be real. He has a potential tear in his elbow. It's not like we're getting Clayton Kershaw 4 or 5 years ago. But I'm still happy about it. Also, we've got Dave Roberts news. We're going to go down the list of all of the major all of the major free agents. And I'm going to talk about what MLB Network is talking about, what I think is going to happen. Let's get right to it, shall we? Let's start sharing some screens. Let's just go to the major. Let's just go straight to MLB Network. So I'll share that out with you guys, and then we'll just click through them. AJ Gill and Dan Mesdorf have been taken voluntary. I don't even know who they are. Who are those guys? No idea. Never heard of either one of them. All righty. So we're going to go to MLB Network, and let's just share this. Hit the right buttons. Check it out. Okay, so as you can see, 2-year deal. Breaking news, Giants lefty Rendon have a 2-year deal. This is the kickoff to a big weekend, in my never so humble opinion. Let's just go to the article and let's talk it through. Giants lefty Rendon 2-year deal. The Giants appear to have moved quickly to bolster their rotation, reaching a 2-year deal worth $44 million simoleons with veteran left-hander Carlos Rendon, a source told Feinsand, who's one of the best in the business. The club has not confirmed the deal, which includes an opt-out after the first season. What does that mean? Rendon can be there for 1 year and leave if he wants to go get paid more. If he has a Cy Young Award year, he can go become a free agent again. The 2021 season was Rendon's biggest breakout, something the White Sox had been waiting for since the team drafted him as the number 3 overall pick in 2014. I got to be real with you. This is a big blow to the White Sox. Lots of people thought he might stay. Really hard to project who's going to stay, but this is a big arm in their rotation last year, and I'm sure they wanted to keep him. 28-year-old was 13-5 last year, 2.37 ERA, 185 strikeouts, and 132 innings. That's filth. He was awesome. Rendon was the first-time All-Star in 21. Came in 5th in the Cy Young Award winning. Cy Young Award. I'm not going to read the whole article because that's boring, but AJ Gill and Dan Mesdorf are voluntarily retiring, and they are White Sox players? Okay. Yeah, I never heard of them. Anyway, Rendon's going to be in San Francisco now. San Francisco had an amazing year last year. Everyone's expecting them to take a step back, right? This just improved their ball club. The starting pitcher they lost isn't as good as the starting pitcher they just gained. I don't know what this does to the NL West picks. I think everyone's picking the Dodgers. Everyone's been picking the Dodgers the past 5, 6, 7, 8 years because they keep winning. But let's be real. They didn't win last year. The Giants won. They won by 1 game over the Dodgers. 108 to 107, I think. 108 wins to 107 wins. Iconic season from the NL West. Amazing season for both the Giants and the Dodgers. This just bolsters them. Then the even bigger news. Let's see if it's over on MLB Network yet. Kershaw is the big one for me. Obviously, I'm very excited about it. Let's click Clayton Kershaw and see if they've updated it yet. Bet they have. Yes, they have. Kershaw has a 1-year deal to return to the Dodgers. Now, it's pending a physical, which is interesting because we know the Dodgers seemingly know that he's got a potential tear, partial tear, whatever you want to call it, in his throwing arm. Let's just read the article and talk about it. Dodger lifer Clayton Kershaw appears headed back to LA on a 1-year deal. The Dodgers have not confirmed the deal, which is pending the completion of a physical. Kershaw heads toward his 34th birthday in about a week, March 19th. His biggest question mark, of course, is health. He spent 2 months on the injured list with left elbow inflammation, returned in mid-September, and then left again after just 4 more starts. The left forearm discomfort that ultimately kept him sidelined his postseason run. Kershaw has said he expects to be ready for spring training. This was also from his first health setback, or it was not. It was far from his first health setback. He has dealt with his shoulder and back issues at 3 different points in the last 8 seasons. That's pretty crazy. Through 232 innings since 2015, the lefty averaged 25 starts, 157 innings. My point in all that is to give you some information, but this guy's got a lot of innings on that elbow. So advancing age and his workload is a little scary. Kershaw enters 2022 just 15 wins away from 200, and he's about 330, not about, exactly 330 strikeouts away from 3,000. So he's got 2 more years to hit some big numbers. If you're into that, if you're into the stats, I kind of am. How is Clayton's back? It's old. It's old for a 34-year-old pitcher, right? The elbow that everybody's worried about. The back has certainly not been real healthy lately either. Hey, Nathan, how are you? Hope you're having a great night. Welcome in, my man. If he is looking at having a tear, that's possible. Tommy John surgery, he could be done. Yeah, it doesn't appear so. We'll see. I'm sure the Dodgers have the insurance out on the arm and the contract, just like everything else. But I think this was a need. You needed to do it for your rotation as the Dodgers, and you also needed to do it for the fan base. Now, there's bigger news in Dodger land, and it's Dave Roberts. Hey, Mark, how are you, buddy? Hope you're having a great night. Mark Brown, my newest member of the channel in the house. Everybody say hi to Mark. Good guy. Glad you're here, buddy. Dave Roberts staying in the Dodger talk. Really close. Let's pull up from the Athletic. Is that sharing right? Let me make sure I pulled that up. Dave Roberts doesn't have a contract with the Dodgers beyond this season, 2022. But that's going to change very soon. We're really close, Roberts said during a video press conference Friday. I don't think that it's going to be an issue here in the coming days. I'm not going to read the whole article, but the talks for the Dodgers were the big to-do list has seemed to be Clayton Kershaw, Dave Roberts, and now maybe Freddie Freeman. Who knows? So I'm very interested to see what happens with this. So I played high school sports against Dave Roberts. He was a year behind me, so I've always been a fan of his. When he stole that base for Boston, you don't know what I'm talking about, probably the most iconic stolen base in playoff history. Certainly one of the biggest moments in the history of Boston Red Sox playoff baseball. Dave Roberts stole the base, extended the game. Red Sox go on to win the World Series, and I was happy. I mean, I'm not friends with him. I don't know him personally. We've met before, but I've been a big fan of him because he was in my league. He was a quarterback on one of the other teams in our division. He was the best baseball player on another one of the teams in our division. So I always just kind of rooted for him, right? I had Junior Seau 1 year ahead of me and Dave Roberts 1 year behind me. Anyway, when he got named to be the Dodgers manager, wow. Is that for a Dodger fan to already be a fan of the guy they signed? That was a pretty big deal for me. We've got some other fun Dave Roberts stories, but we'll save those for another night. But I'm glad he is getting likely this extension. Now, there's nothing official yet, but Dave Roberts was pretty clear about his expectation that it would happen. And then again, so the big news tonight for me in baseball so far, I mean, what time is it? I'm not going to go for hours and hours and hours here. I'm going to go for probably another 20 minutes. Carlos Rendon to the Giants. Clayton Kershaw stays in LA. Dave Roberts likely staying in LA. And here's what I really want to say to you. If you're a baseball fan like me, this weekend is going to be epic, amazing. We're going to have, I bet we have 10 to 20 free agent signings. I'm not going to predict who. I might actually in a minute. We're going to go down the list and make my guess and tell everybody where I think people are going to go. But this is going to be amazing. So let's jump right into it. Let's get to the MLB.com page. Freddie Freeman, let's talk about it. The Yankees could move quickly on Freeman, but don't count out LA or Atlanta, says MLB Network. I think Freddie Freeman either stays in Atlanta or comes to LA. I think that probably because I'm a Dodgers fan, but I think Atlanta's the logical place to go and stay. But he seems to be pretty upset. Chipper Jones, we talked about this on the show last night. Chipper Jones has come out and said that Freddie's a little annoyed with the Braves. Rightfully so, from what I've seen. They should have contacted him. They should have been in more talks with him. But if he came to LA, that makes a lot of sense. Everybody's talking about the Yankees. I don't know. Doesn't seem that way to me. I need Trevor Story to go to the Yankees. One of my favorite people. She just passed away this past year. She was on my board. She was friends with Trevor Story's family. Now, I never met Trevor, but I was very close to her, and she said he is just a wonderful, wonderful young man. So let me talk about this. Trevor Story. Mariners seem to be in the mix for the shortstop, according to MLB.com. Where will Trevor Story land? Though Carlos Correa is the top shortstop remaining on the free agent market, Story is one of the best all-around shortstops in baseball and could come a lot less cost than Correa. Here's what I would say. I'd rather have Trevor Story. I would. I haven't liked Correa's attitude. Now, again, Dodger-centric. I was annoyed with the Astros stealing, but his demeanor, his reaction to the controversy, his argumentative, angry defiance really rubbed me the wrong way. Now, the Mariners seem to be in on Story. I'm worried that the Dodgers are also in on Correa. I hope that's not the case, but I keep reading that. I keep seeing that. But Trevor Story to the Yankees, I would love. I would love that because I'm rooting for him. Again, it's just because I've heard good things about family. And boy, can that kid play. He can rake. He can pick it. I love the kid. So I would love for that to happen. Mark, are you a Yankees fan? I think I saw that. Did you tell me that? Why do I think that? Maybe I just think that because you just said Story to the Yankees, but I feel like you're a Yankees fan. We'll see. Could be interesting. I think it would be neat. I think it would be neat to see him in a big market like that after having to hide for so long in Colorado. Chris Bryant, where the heck's he going to go? Do I have it shared the right way here? Let's share it this way. Let's share this. Let's pull up the Chris Bryant rumors. There you go. Now you can see what I see. Can Bryce lure KB to Philly? So apparently they're both buddies from Vegas. Bryce Harper is trying to recruit his fellow Las Vegas native and former MVP Chris Bryant to the Phillies, according to a report from MLB Network insider John Heyman. I'll just read the tweet. NL MVP Bryce Harper is stumping for good friend, Vegas neighbor Chris Bryant in Philadelphia. Harper helped keep Real Muto, the catcher. Phillies have needs also options. Schwarber, Conforto, Castanos. KB does fit either at third and or the outfield. He too has options. Seattle, Colorado, San Diego, the Mets, more. I think he ends up in San Diego. I know he's got connections to San Diego. It works. I think they don't want to have Hosmer over there at first base. I think Bryant goes and plays first base. Here's the value of Chris Bryant. He can play anywhere. Came up as a third baseman. He's done fine in the outfield. He's been a center fielder who's looked real, real good. He can play first base. There's a lot of value in that. Now, the Padres certainly don't need a third baseman. They got Manny. They don't need a shortstop. They got Fernando Tatis. They've had a lot of outfield, but lots of that is changing. They want Hosmer out, so I can see. That's my prediction there. Let me get caught up in chat. Yes, Mark Brown says, yes, lifelong Yankees fan. I live in New York State. So grew up on the Yankees. Love it. Love it. My grandfather was from Bayonne, New Jersey. So up in your neck of the woods. Cricket says Giants are going to need a catcher after Posey retired. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. Okay, let's go to the next one, shall we? Oh, I keep hitting the wrong buttons. I got all these things open. Nick Castanos, let's talk about him. Where the heck's he going to go? Nick Castanos, let me share this over to you guys. Sorry, I'm a little slow tonight. Only got 2 here right now. We're not going to stay very long. Probably go for a half-hour total show. Get through the list. Have some fun. But let's talk about Nick Castellanos. March 10th, we have this information. Potential fit for Castellanos. The corner outfielder still on the market. Of all the corner outfielders still on the market, Castellanos might be the best hitter, and I would agree with that. He rakes. He's also one of the most limited defensively, which I don't totally agree with. He can play left field. He's not great. He can play third base. He's not great. But that's not bad. I mean, he's not going to be a gold glover, but he can play a couple positions. Castellanos might be the best hitter. So his market could benefit from a universal DH, which we now have. As it stands, the former Red Silver Slugger has drawn interest from the Marlins, which I don't believe for a second, by the way. I don't believe. I'm just reading and giving you my commentary. I do not believe that for a second. Derek Jeter just left Miami because the front office said, yeah, you're not getting any money to spend on offense. The Phillies, which I do believe, and the Padres. I've also heard the Padres a lot. I've got some friends in San Diego who send me some info. Castellanos to San Diego seems to be at least the buzz on the local radio in San Diego. Marlins look like the favorites to land Miami native for a while, as reported by John Heyman and others, but Castellanos might want a bigger deal than Miami is willing to give out. The Padres' level of interest is also questioned. Red Sox could also be a fit for Castellanos, even if JD Martinez stays as the DH. I don't know how I feel about any of that. I think San Diego makes a lot of sense, but you know, who wouldn't want the kid? He is a stud. Let me clear out some of these screens. I got too many open, and it's bugging me. You know who we skipped right over is Carlos Correa, and that's probably where we'll end the night tonight. So Marcus Stroman, who, boy, I want to be a fan of his, but it's hard to understand if he's a great guy or just a putz. Anyway, that's a whole different conversation. You can see the tweet here. Marcus Stroman, a couple days ago, come through and let's have Wrigley jumping my dog, hashtag, not hashtag, at Team CJ Correa. That's Carlos Correa's Twitter username. If you need a shortstop in a little bit, you want Correa. Again, I keep talking about the Dodgers. I keep reading articles that he might go to the Dodgers. Please no, I don't want him on my team. He's the marquee name. The Yankees have been linked to him all winter. Mark's been talking about Story, and I think that makes more sense, but that's just because I don't like Correa. And they went so far as to request medicals on the 27-year-old before the lockout, according to John Heyman. The Astros would love to have their star back and made Correa an offer at the beginning of the offseason, which was $5 for $160 million. Although Correa is likely looking for a much bigger deal. Wouldn't it be nice? Wouldn't it be nice to be a beach boy or a shortstop on the free agent market? Big market teams like the Red Sox, the Dodgers, the Cubs, and the Braves were interested in Correa too. Blue Jays could also get involved. Toronto pursued two of the other big free agent middle infielders, Corey Seager and Marcus Semien, who both ended up here in Texas. Best middle infield Texas ever had. Poof. Anyway, before they signed with the Rangers, all these teams seem willing to move their personnel around to fit Correa into the lineup. Correa's a big, tall guy. Like Corey Seager, he's a shortstop that everyone pretty much expects to end up at third base. Just a big, huge man. Correa's a big, huge man, too. I can see them both ending their career at third for whatever that's worth. When it comes to the Cubs, right-hander Marcus Stroman, who just left the Mets, now he's with the Cubbies. They just signed him as a free agent prior to the lockout, making a pitch to Correa, like I just read to you. So, what do you think? Let me know in the chat. Who do you think's going where? Mark Brown. Oh my gosh! Thank you for the super chat, Mark Brown. $4.99 super chat. The Yankees fans coming to play tonight, and I appreciate you being here, buddy. Always appreciated. You make me. It's just amazing. Thank you. Unbelievable. I appreciate you so much. Just see where to go. David Robertson, who was with the Phillies, is a free agent. Yeah, I think he announced his retirement. I don't want to lie to you. Let me pull it up. I'm pretty sure he did. I always liked that guy. David Robertson. I'm pretty sure he announced his retirement, but I don't. I don't want to lie to you. Let's see. Let's see what we have here. Just splits. I don't know if we got news on them or what. Scrolling. Yeah, let me get off of this page. That's not the right place. Just go to his Wikipedia, right? You think of having it on his Wikipedia? Let's see. Obviously, he was with Tampa Bay at the end of the year last year. David Robertson. Good long career. Wow. Robertson signed with the High Point Rockers of the Atlantic League of Professional Baseball to help prepare for this. No, don't care. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about it. Maybe I'm wrong. I thought I had read or heard somewhere that David Robertson announced his retirement. This guy was a flamethrower. He was with the Yankees, with the Phillies, he was with Team USA. His Twitter bio says a pitcher for Team USA, which I love. Oh, thank you, Mark. I appreciate it. I really do. I know I told you, but I mean it. I love hearing it, and I love doing it. And again, tonight's just a quick one. Actually, our friend, let's do a little promo for that. Mark's friend and my friend, Ken, the content coach. That's why I keep trying to look at. I can't see my clock from here. I got to reset that up. Yeah, in 3 minutes. So I'm going to end here in like 2 minutes, honestly, because my buddy Ken, the content coach, is live. Actually, my buddy Pete McDevitt is live right now. He's doing college basketball. And in like 2 minutes, my buddy Ken, the content coach, is going live. I originally was going to go at 6. I set this for my time at 6, which is in like 3 minutes. But I don't want to step on my buddy Ken, and I saw he was live, so I'm gonna bounce out. We are gonna do more and more sports content. At some point, we'll have to step on some people's toes on the clock, right? So I'll pick a normal time that I try to go regular. But tonight was just kind of special. Carlos Rendon signed, Clayton Kershaw signed, the Dave Robertson news, and I just wanted to come in here and talk a little bit. So I think we're going to end it right there. Mark, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for being a member. Cricket, thanks for being here. Nathan, thanks for being here. Pete is good too. Yeah, I love Ken too. Yeah, I do. Well, that's where I'm going right now. So I would suggest you go check out Pete McDevitt if you're into some basketball, or if you're into content, go check out Ken, the content creator. I don't have the links ready. I didn't plan on it, but they're going live. Pete's already live, and Ken's going to be live here in about a minute. And that's where I'm going to go, frankly. I'm going to take off my sweatshirt, drink a soda, and go to Ken's content. I will be live on Sunday night, Creator Talk Live, 10 o'clock my time, 11 o'clock Eastern time. Just a quick little pop on and talk about baseball. And we're going to have more and more of those. Those of you who popped in, I appreciate you. If you're watching on Team Replay, hashtag Team Replay in the comments. Have the best weekend ever. I mean it. Be safe. Have fun. Hug your sons, hug your daughters, hug your moms, hug your dads. And yeah, that's it. I'll see you next time. You don't have to go, but you can't stay here. Have fun storming the castle. I'll see you over on Pete McDevitt's channel, Ken's channel, and my channel Sunday night for Creator Talk Live. Thanks, everybody. Love you. See ya. Clayton Kershaw, staying in LA.